It's Trailer Talk with the O Brother Podcast. Let's see if this trailer is treasure or trash. Welcome back to another episode of Trailer Talk with the O Brother Podcast. Mike, we're going to talk about this trailer for Jurassic World Rebirth. And, maybe by the end of the quick discussion, we're going to determine based on this trailer, is this film going to be treasure or trash? And I'm at a disadvantage because I've tapped out since like the sequel to the original Jurassic Park. So I know you've kept up. You might own a lot of the
I have all six.
You have all six. Okay. See, I couldn't have even told you how many there are. So, all right, let's get to it. So we checked out this trailer. Yeah. And it's, again, Jurassic World Rebirth. Now, it's winter, but we're talking about a film that's coming out in the summer, which is, it's supposed to be released July 2nd, 2025.
Okay.
Universal Pictures, obviously, stars Jonathan Bailey, Scarlett Johansson, Rupert Friend, who we like, a lot of Rupert Friend's work, and Mahershala Ali is probably another one to mention. Now, one thing that intrigued me before I watched the trailer was that it's directed by Gareth Edwards, because I love Rogue One.
Yeah.
I love that film. I thought he did a tremendous job at that film.
He's got other sci-fi stuff.
He does, but like Creator, I still haven't seen it, but that was kind of a lukewarm reception, and he's very hit and miss.
Yeah.
But so, as you kind of pointed out, it sort of drops off after the sequel. Well, after the first one, really, it drops off. And it's like lightning doesn't strike three times. Like it's barely strikes twice. Right?
Don't you think this was inevitable? Given the second trilogy all did $1 billion.
I do. But here's, okay, so let me read the synopsis. 5 years post Jurassic World Dominion, which you mentioned, an expedition braves isolated equatorial regions to extract DNA from 3 massive prehistoric creatures for a groundbreaking medical breakthrough. Now, if that synopsis isn't boring enough, the trailer, I've rarely seen more uninteresting trailers than this one. This is such a bad trailer.
Well,
nothing about it engaged me. Nothing about it interested me. Nothing about it makes me want to go see Dominion and Fallen Kingdom.
Right.
Nothing.
Which I agree. And what I would say is each film discovers some new dinosaur that, hasn't been seen on screen before. Like the third one, it was the flying, I don't know, dinosaurs.
Well, and if you watch this trailer, Mike, it's like the Island of Misfit Toys is basically what it is. Am I right?
That's good.
Because it's all of the worst of the dinosaurs just hanging out in the original island that was Jurassic Park.
Right. Like
the
this
premise
is supposed to be the worst of the worst. And what we see new is dinosaurs that swim.
Why did I just have a vision in my head of the Junkyard Dog? For some reason, a wrestling reference popped into my head.
I don't know
Junkyard
why.
Dog. Didn't he used to chew on a bone too?
Yeah,
and he had like
chains.
a chain around his neck. That's a weird. There's somewhat of a connection there somewhere, but it should be called Jurassic Indiana Jaws is what this thing should be called based on the trailer, because it's just every trope you can think of.
Right. Jurassic, we've run out of ideas. We need a new ride at the park.
Well, it's shame on Universal. Like, we're kind of holding them up on the podcast anyways to be sort of the palate cleanser of all things Disney that we've been fed over the last 5 years. All the dreck. Yeah, all the dreck. It's a brand new Snow White film that you've not seen before since 10 years ago.
But
so I don't know.
Universal.
Mike, I have nothing on the like column here to talk about. I just don't.
And I can't say, even watching Rupert Friend, and I don't dislike Scarlett Johansson, but I see nothing in their performances to make me want to go in this trailer. Now, granted, it's a trailer, but the trailer's supposed to entice you to go. It says this will be in the trailer. It says a new era has begun or something like that.
Exactly.
So they're setting it up for a trilogy.
Well, a new era, But I'm seeing all the from the original ones.
Correct.
Like there's nothing new about this, frankly.
And maybe they're saving it, but they did show the ones in the water. To me, that's the big reveal of the trailer.
Yeah,
that now you're not safe on the water either.
Well, that's why I said Jurassic, Indiana, Jaws, and there's a little Spielberg, jab in there too. But I don't know. You'd think with a few of these heavyweights that they got in there, especially Scarlett Johansson, she's no slouch. Marvel Universe, etc. But it just, like you said, even her performance that you see in the trailers is like, okay,
it's like a generic character from any Jurassic Park.
It's very generic. It reminds me, what's the character? Tomb Raider is kind of what it feels like. Lara Croft, yeah. I don't know, man. Gareth Edwards, it might be another notch in the wrong end of the belt. I don't know, but
maybe.
Yeah.
I would have stayed away from this if I was a director, only because where can you take it?
But
yeah. I think people are going to show up.
And you can't be on set for however many days this shoot was and believe that you're making something like with the deepest of artistic integrity. Like, I chose this because the script was so good I couldn't deny it. No, it was the truck that they backed up to your front door
with the
and
bucket
spilled out all
money.
of the dinosaur pebbles of
I said
so
that.
Stupid.
And I don't know what it's like now, but like we like Godzilla -0, right?
Yes.
Because they used actual
Great movie.
creatures.
They used actual Godzillas.
Yeah. But when in the first Jurassic Park, they were looking at tennis balls. That was what was used to, to get the eye line right. I don't know if they're still doing that. I think Lost World had the Jeep sequence with the T-Rex, and I think that was an actual model.
That would be interesting as an extra on a disc, wouldn't it? For like a Criterion, where it's the entire movie stripped from all of the CGI, and it's just like ScarJo, or whatever you call it, looking at tennis balls on a stick or something. Yeah,
right.
Or it's Andy Serkis with a bunch of like motion capture balls all over his head.
Exactly.
And stuff like that. This is let's see, Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, which came out in 2018. Was one of 3 I know to hit the $1 billion mark plus at the box office.
The most recent 3, which are titled Jurassic World Dominion, Jurassic World something or
okay,
they all did $1 billion.
Pretend like you don't know exactly the title for all of them, but
I don't. There's one in the second trilogy I forget.
Now, have you liked them all?
No.
Okay.
In fact, going back to the original, because I was one of the few people, I think, that read Michael Crichton's book. And in the book, everybody gets killed. Like, everybody.
Yeah.
So there wouldn't have been a sequel because Dr. Malcolm, which is played by... Who's the actor?
Jeff Goldblum?
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, right.
He was dead. And so was Attleboro. His character was dead. So... I think Michael Crichton right now, and here's the thing, Dan, about every single movie, not a single one of the 6 has gotten above 60 on the Metascore. Not one.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So, okay. So what do you attribute the success to?
Well,
at least 3 of the films.
Yeah. The first one.
And the original.
Okay, the first one I said I was a critic of because I read the book, but I give them credit. I think when you saw the reaction in the dinosaurs for the first time,
I mean, Spielberg,
it was like they can do anything now.
Yeah, the water in the cup in the Jeep that was starting to, that's Spielberg.
And what it took to get that, if you have it, watch the extras. But the first one did over $1 billion, 1.1. Drop to the second one, Lost World, Jurassic Park Lost World.
Oh, okay. So wait a minute. So see, you need to clarify. When you say first one, you mean of the reboot, so to speak.
No, I'm talking the original.
Oh, you are? Okay.
The original did $1 billion.
Okay.
1.1.
Which was 1990, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second one, which was Jurassic Park Lost World, did 600,000. So a huge drop off.
That's a big drop off.
The third one did half of that.
Wow.
So it was going in the third. Dan, you tapped out at the exact right moment.
Mm-hmm.
Watch the first two. The rest are not worth your time.
Now, yeah.
Shockingly, they reboot it with Jurassic World with Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know if it was nostalgia or whatever, but people went back.
They did.
It does $1 billion. And both sequels, to my shock, have both done. So the second trilogy have all done over $1 billion.
Right.
Now, you got to figure in the years.
I think I read that Fallen Kingdom is like the 18th highest grossing film of all time.
Shocking.
Which is incredible. But Mike, how much do you think the theme park attractions related to this have anything to do with keeping that box office churning?
Absolutely. Look at Tron is now making the third movie, which was supposed to be greenlit years ago. But all of a sudden, Orlando built Tron, so we need a Tron new movie. So I think this is absolutely geared towards a new ride that's going to be in their new park.
Yeah.
They've already had one Jurassic Park, and they replaced that with the last trilogy.
Jurassic World Rebirth, July 2nd, 2025 from Universal Pictures. Good luck and Godspeed, folks, because I know that I will not be in the theater seeing this.
No. I'm sure at some point I'll watch it.
Yeah.
But...
Well, yeah, at this point, you're in too deep. You sort of have to.
I think so.
You know,
and I can't remember the last one, to be honest.
Bring back Wayne Knight. Or is he dead, I guess, from the spit on his glasses?
He got killed. That's right.
Okay, the raptor, whatever.
Yeah.
So, Mike, for me, this is plain trash. What, for you, treasure or trash?
I double the trash. And I throw out the garbage.
An extra heap of trash, Mike is piling up. All right, well, that's going to do it for another episode of Trailer Talk with the Yo Brother Podcast. I'm your host, Dan Smith. Alongside me, as always, my brother from the same mother, Mike Smith, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.